Hello and welcome to the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm really glad that you're here today. Do me a favor and don't be perfect. If you're perfect, that means no one has the opportunity to help you. You don't need help. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're at a point where no one can make your life better. No one can improve your life. I almost want to scratch all that because I don't know where it came from, but I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there and I'll figure out why later. I'm in this mode, this headspace right now of optimization and maximization. That's a term, an idea that I learned at Business Mastery this last weekend. That's the event I was crewing. I don't know if I ever actually said that on here. So I was crewing at that event. I was volunteering, and I was reminded of this idea of optimization and maximization. And the point of this concept is that you track what you do and make small incremental changes to maximize your results. You optimize your current performance to improve your results towards a maximum. And I'm kind of doing that, but with everything in my life. I don't want to say everything. More so, I'm not just using it in my business. I'm using it in my life as well. I had a morning today where I woke up a bit early, or should I say my day kind of started yesterday, which is I went to sleep a lot later than I expected to. And then I woke up earlier than I expected to. I had all these plans of everything I wanted to do today, and when my energy kind of settled in the early morning and I realized just how tired I was, I've been the type of person where I'll nod off until I give myself the space to just nap, regain that energy, and then keep going. And normally, when something like that happens, when this type of pattern occurs, I may feel a little bit shameful. I may tell myself, like, why did I take a nap? Why did I get tired? Why did I not take care of myself? And instead, I'm looking at it from the lens of optimization. As I look at it, I say, okay, how can I make this better? What can I do a little bit differently that might change the results for tomorrow? And I notice I feel like I need to start my days just a little bit differently. So what I'm adding to my mornings is more music time. It's divided in a 2-hour window, but it's about 45 minutes of music and a little bit of dancing time and a little bit of rebounding time, all to kind of get me into the peak state that I need to be in to perform on that day. I'm lucky in the sense that I'm going all in on my business. I'm going all in on helping other people. And I just know that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly in the point in my life to make such a decision and to wholeheartedly believe that it's the right decision and to move forward, to go. And because of that decision, I have a lot of flexibility in my schedule. I don't have a lot of time because I spend it working forward and making progress forward, but I have flexibility in when I do what. And I have a lot of flexibility in my mornings now. One of the pieces that I didn't really like about my old schedule was that it really was going against my natural circadian rhythm, and I wasn't consistent in waking up at the same time every day. I know the health benefits of having that daily routine where every day you go to sleep at the same time and every day you wake up at the same time. And I didn't have that because on my 2 days off out of the week, I would wake up way later when my body wanted to. And so now I'm able to have that consistent schedule every day. And I get to plan out my mornings like that every day. Most days out of the week, in the mornings, I'm home alone. There's no one around. And so I use that time to collect myself, to really get my bearings for the day and put myself in that state of mind because there's just this peace and tranquility around me. And then I toss on the music, go a little crazy, and there really isn't anything tranquil about that. But it does get me into the state of mind where I sit down and I go, all right, let's go. Time to crank this out. So I say all that to express this idea that if something's not working for you, don't feel bad. Don't berate yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Instead, take a moment to ask yourself the question, how could I make this a little bit better tomorrow? Or how could I make this a little bit different tomorrow? A question like that also takes off the pressure that you need to have everything figured out all at once. And it also frames the question as taking it one day at a time. Maybe you find something that works for you during the weekdays, but then your weekends are a little bit different and you need to switch it up. And that's okay too. It's all about finding what works best for you. That'll get you to your peak state, your optimal state, for you to perform at your highest, for you to show up as the leader and the hero of your life. And it takes a little calculating. It takes a little shimmying, moving things around on your schedule, seeing what you could come up with, seeing what you could do, seeing what you could change, seeing who you can be. Sometimes we have to change our identities to serve a new level in our life. A certain way of thinking, a certain type of habit, a certain way of acting may get us to where we are right now, but won't get us to where we want to go in the future. So sometimes you have to change not just your surroundings, but you have to change yourself too. And to me, that's part of the fun of life. That if I reached a certain way of thinking, a way of being, and that was the only way I had to live for the rest of my life, well, admittedly, at some point, I would get bored, like really bored. And so I'm actually grateful for this need, for this ability to change, because change, especially when I control it, makes life exciting. So I'm taking things one step at a time today, seeing what I could improve in the different areas of my life. And I'm also making sure to enjoy my life. That's another concept that I've been thinking about recently. I have huge plans for my life. I have so much that I want to do, and I have so much value that I want to add, and so many people I want to impact. And I know that that's going to require a lot of planning and preparation and taking action. And I also know that even though I have all these big plans, I don't want to wait to celebrate until then, because I don't know if I'll be around to get there. I want to prepare for my future, but remember to live my life now. I want to enjoy my little moments. I want to spend time with my friends and my loved ones. I can't guarantee that I'll be here tomorrow, so I have to make sure to enjoy today to its fullest. And the beautiful thing is, when I do things for my business, I'm doing them out of love and out of joy and appreciation. I'm having fun on this journey, because good and bad things happen all the time. What's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. And so I choose to take the things that could be labeled as wrong and learn from them and grow from them and be grateful for them. And then the things going right, well, I just enjoy them and I'm grateful for them as well. It's not that wrong things don't happen. It's that I don't let it crash and burn me as hard as it used to. I make sure that the way I look at my life is from that place of gratitude, growth, and most importantly to me, love. These recent episodes haven't had as much of a focus on love, and I think that's because I'm just playing around with topics and playing around with who I am, having fun with it, enjoying this. But I know that at the core of every single topic that I talk about, and at the core of every single idea that I have, I know that there's this emotion, this deep emotion of love. Or I guess I want to say it's like a deep well of love, that everything I do comes from love. And sometimes, honestly, I can react poorly in certain situations. And what I recognize now is sometimes it's out of protection, and I acknowledge that now, that it's a protection for myself as like a love for myself. And in that form of love, I do have to remember that love is not finite. There is no limit to love. And so when I'm in this protection love, it's almost this type of love where, oh no, love is running out. I need to protect myself. I need to love myself. What I know truly and emotionally is that my love, it's so much deeper than that. I can love myself, see myself, not exactly protect myself out of necessity, but from this place of I get to, and I can love others. I can love the situation that's causing me stress. I could love the situation that is putting me on edge, because in that are my greatest gifts of learning. What's causing it? What can I do better? What can I do differently tomorrow? So that's what's on my mind today. Later today, I'm planning on going out and rock climbing, having some fun, seeing some friends, getting some exercise in. I don't know if you've ever gone rock climbing. It's one of my favorite things to do nowadays. Or should I say, my favorite form of exercise. You ever get the chance to rock climb, give it a try. Like indoor rock climbing is what I do mostly, but I plan to go outdoor eventually. And rock climbing just returns me to some of my core desires, one of which being community. Community is really important to me nowadays. It's what I am looking to provide through my business. I want to give community to those who don't have it, who feel like they don't have it, who are looking for people who are like-minded and want to grow and want to give. I want to give that to others so that they can continue giving it to others in their lives. It's like that ripple effect. I'm just a drop in the bucket, but the people that I impact will impact their people, and that ripple will spread further and further and further. So it starts one step at a time. And it starts with community for me. I'm looking to find community and build community. I have more in the works, but that's just one of the things. So I'll leave it at that. I guess back to the initial thought of don't be perfect. Work on just being a little bit better. Being a little bit better is a little more achievable and a little more relatable. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.